Привет! Let me paint a picture for you. It's the last month of uni before exams start. Each week, professors are giving me more and more work that takes multiple page-long Word documents to finish. I've finally written my mandatory 10 to 12 page report on the progress for my master's thesis. Life is not calm yet, but now I no longer have to write theory while on my way to uni. So here I am, writing fanfiction recommendation video script, because I can finally turn my brain off on the train. And what better subject for the video than Bungo Stray Dogs, the anime/manga that made me buy some classical literature. Well, not the one in the show, but whatever, details. Make Me Feel So I Can Know For Sure, by FallFromtheStars. Tags, 98,000 words. 2 words, Siren Chuya. That's it. Well, okay, no, that's not all. So, Chuya is a siren, but not the type with the tail, no, the type with the wings. ADA are a crew that sells fish. One day they're sailing the seas and notice Chuya lying injured on a small island. Dazai, being the man who doesn't fear death, swims to him and saves him as he feels some sort of connection. People, of course, are confused and concerned because, the hell are you doing, Dazai? The siren could kill us all. Which, understandable. So Yasuno fixes up Chuya and now he lives with them. And of course, things can't all be that simple. So angst ensues. This fic has quite a few Dazai x Chuya smut scenes. Like, a lot. But I think you can skip them if you don't like them. I skipped them and I don't feel like I missed anything from the story. I think this is the first siren story in any fandom where the siren is the flying kind that I've ever read. It was a fun read. Can't forgive the author about what they did to though. 8 out of 10. I feel the need to point out that my ratings are not objective. They are very much based on my personal enjoyment. Following the siren theme, In My Blood by C*720. Tags, 15.6 thousand words. This time the tail type sirens. Or I guess they're actually mermaids. Close enough. So far the stories have been very full of shipping. Oh well, Ronpo does not have many friends. Shocker. So when Yasuno cancels on him for the 4th time to work on some secret project in her science job, he is understandably upset. So he does what every normal person does in a situation like this. He breaks into a research facility. Logical next steps. There he finds a pair of mermaids, Chuya and Dazai. One thing leads to another and Ronpo shows them all sorts of human things and they end up being very, very, very close. It was very cute. When I read the fic, I was not a big Ronpo fan. I've since changed, and even with that, I enjoyed it a lot. It was an easy read, and I absolutely love mermaids in fiction, so this was right up my alley. 8 out of 10. The House of Red Leaves by setosdarkness. Tags, 23,000 words. Dazai is an author who has become surprisingly popular. That means he needs to write his next novel. Problem, he has no desire to. So he decides to head on over to the small town of Nakahara. More specifically, he's going to live in the supposedly haunted Nakahara mansion. There, after making his desire to hang himself known, he meets a kitsune by the name of Chuya. The two end up living together. Chuya has never read Dazai's work. Until he does. Was this a lame synopsis? I feel like it was lame. I tried doing the whole let me tell the description in a really vague way to interest the reader, but I feel I maybe made it too vague. Let me know. Anyways, when writing the script for this video, this was one of the fics that I knew I had to add. Again, I love fantasy and fiction, so Kitsune Chuya is just chef's kiss. It was also quite emotional, which was great. Loved getting sad. I could go into details, but I'm trying to keep it spoiler-free as the fic has 5 chapters. 9 out of 10. Now on to my current obsession. Stop All the Clocks by Osamuchuu. Tags, 43.9 thousand words. You know that Bungo Stray Dogs Tales of the Lost, the Hatter Chuya card? This is it. Dazai was too late. He was unable to stop corruption, and as a result, there was nothing left of Chuya's body. All he has now is an empty grave. Dazai visits Chuya's grave, bringing snacks and wine for a picnic. Feeling lonely and friendless, Dazai decides that it's finally time for him to join Chuya in the afterlife. But before he can do anything, he sees what seems like Atsushi running across, constantly checking a pocket watch and mumbling to himself. As he tried to follow him, he fell into a deep, deep hole. And so Dazai reawakens in a strange land where Chuya is a still alive hat and clothing maker, but not quite sane in the head. And it seems like Chuya needs Dazai just as much as Dazai needs Chuya. Well, some Dazai anyways. Are you interested yet? You should be. Angst, drama, mental Chuya, mental Dazai, Alice in Wonderland. What more does a person need? And let me tell you, the backstory, it goes deep. Oh, and the flags are mentioned too, so bonus points. I must warn you, this fic was started in 2020, and it has 15 chapters. It takes a really long time to be updated, however, I highly recommend reading it, and I think it's worth the wait. 9.5 out of 10. Vertigo, by cursedbythenarrative. Tags, 146.5 thousand words. Things are fucked. Fyodor really rocked everyone's shit. Kunikita, dead. The president, dead. Kyoka Natsushi, missing. Chuya, rampaging in corruption. He's been in that state for too long. Dazai, his leg is broken and he's half dead. Even if he somehow managed to make his way to Chuya and stop his corruption, it will probably be too late. But he still has to because he wasn't going to let his friend die as a monster. He's human and he will die as such. So Dazai drags his body towards Chuya. His body aches and his ability malfunctions from overuse. He can feel the effects of corruption on his skin. He gets lifted in the air and then plummets to his death. But not for long. He awakens once more, lying in dirt, still messed up and hurt from the battle. Except nothing is destroyed and there are no corpses around. Dazai has traveled back in time, back when the agency was in its beginning stages, and he has never existed here. With the assistance of a certain cat, he works to strengthen the ADA and Port Mafia to stop his future from reaching this present. Time travel! This fic was so flipping cool. Seeing Dazai still knowing where the Port Mafia surveillance points are and how to avoid them was awesome. You'd think that the worlds would be very different with so many years in between them. But some things just don't change, like Mori being the Mafia boss. And seeing him try to do everything in the background without interacting with the organization face to face was interesting. Seeing how Rampo tries to figure out who is this mysterious person that is sending them hints. 9 out of 10. And now a bonus story. If you saw the inside of me for more than a minute, you would not want to hold me. By SmellsLikeDeanSpirit. Tags, 16.3 thousand words. Dazai was having a bad day. First, the mission he and Natsushi went on got completely ruined because Port Mafia got involved, and now his apprentice is clawing his throat out with his claws, and Dazai doesn't know what to do. Due to FX on ability, Beast Atsushi is transported into the main story in the place of regular Atsushi, and sees his supposedly dead boss in front of him. And what is the logical thing to do in a situation like this? Panic, turn his hands into claws, and sink them into his throat to calm down. Typical reaction. Angst, angst, angst! I really love fanfics where Beast World collides with regular BSD World. 8 out of 10. This one was kinda short because I've been unwell for like a month now. Same rules as the other fanfiction recommendation videos. Share fics you like, ask for recommendations in the comments, or just yap about fics you read and want to discuss. Treat this sort of as a Bungo Stray Dogs fanfiction forum, where you can talk about things related to fanfiction.